last or?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, but you say that they're thinking about it, but I don't think Maori will.
There you go. And just as I get my fat out the way, welcome to the Glenelg Lacrosse Club for semi-final day here. And we've got the first semi-final here, knockout final between the Glenelg Seahawks and the Woodville Warriors. And pleased to be joined in commentary by the man who I love touching his leg halfway through the call, Mr. Len Narscott. Welcome, Len.
Welcome, Tone.
It's do or die today, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great day for lacrosse, though. Finals, you know, it's all you play the year for is to play finals.
It's those 8-degree nights where it's teeming with rain and you don't really want to be out here and you're working hard and you end up with bruises and hits and knocks and Iceman all year, and it culminates in where we are today. So, and two teams sort of that have been at the sort of either ends at the moment. You know, Woodville second year in the finals in a row, and Glenelg obviously coming off 2 premierships. So Glenelg having to play through this 3-4 playoff to make a prelim, and Woodville looking to maybe change up a bit of last year when they played Burnside down at East Torrens. So
it's a different scenario for Glenelg. I don't think they've ever been in the prelim, in the knockout final.
No,
to what I know of.
No, we'll even go back to 16 when I was at East Torrens. They played the 1-2 and then came back to play the prelim and lost. And the year before that, they were the same. They played the 1-2, played the prelim and lost.
Yep.
But you know, different team, different times, and I'm sure as the captains just go through shaking hands out here, and our referees today out there, we've got Mark Polden, Dave Gowdy,
Campbell,
Dave Campbell, and Bogger.
Yep.
Sorry, Michael Gowdy. I was getting my dyslexia out the way earlier.
I think Michael Gowdy's on the bench.
Oh, Mike Gowdy's doing the hard work today.
Yeah, he's doing the big game. The
As
next
we
one.
Just see Jesse Winnan just running across in front of us. He's looking a fine specimen at the moment, getting ready for the Worlds.
Yeah, with his long pants on. Bit soft, Jesse, but you know, we'll get there.
We'll give him a nickname by the end of the day, won't we?
Yes.
So yeah, and obviously Glenelg going through their warm-ups to the non-beach end here at the bay, and just going through their last-minute preparations. And who's going to be the match winners down here today for the Bays
Well,
side?
you know, you look at their attack. You know, when you got someone like Nigel Morton, Ben Sniper Robinson, and
Jack Price,
who's just, you know, left hand, right hand, you know, feeds well.
likely to get 1 and 6.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I feel sorry for the Woodville defence, and for Woodville to get close, Dave Gale's going to have to be on fire.
Yeah, look, they've got a big defence down there with Lyons and K-Man, and obviously Gal going into the cage now, who's no mug. He's played a lot of
He's a good
state
guy.
lacrosse.
Yeah.
Played a lot of state lacrosse for Victoria, and you know, he's a very good keeper. So Glenelg are going to have to shoot well.
Oh, for sure. And then it'll come down to the face-offs as well. Because I know Jesse hasn't been taking a lot of face-offs this year, but it might be a day where he might have to go into the centres to get Woodville the ball.
Yeah, and obviously Shane Abbott, it's just a sneaky
Goal.
little
Golden goal.
Yeah, but he loves these big occasions, whether it be refereeing or whether it be playing. He loves the big occasions, Mr. Abbott.
He's a bit of a seagull, Shane. He's just gets those crumbs that come on the ground and pick him up.
That's why every time I see him, I go, mate.
Yes.
But yes, he's just as likely to pop up with 3 or 4, and you know, I think the game will be won early if someone gets ascendancy.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, the first. I've always said that, you know, in finals, the first team to settle normally wins games.
Wins a game. And I think it's going to come from the centre draws. You know, because Jono and Jared Hydes, the last few weeks that I've watched, Glenelg have dominated the face-offs.
And they haven't even had Dan Evans or Luke Keesing going through there.
Through there.
You know, Australian face-off player and you know, was
and another guy that was player as an alternate.
You know, in the Sharks. So yeah, but obviously their defence, they lose. You know, Paddy Palmer to a knee injury, so that one of their captains. He's a big loss down there because he's been sort of holding that defence together with Steve Mortimer.
And Paddy's been really good off the midfield wings too with his pace. Well, and he's like a vacuum cleaner as well. Like he's, for someone who's only played long pole for 2 years, his ground ball pickups off the midfield are awesome.
Yeah, we forget in 17 that he just about won the game off his stick as a forward. Shot some amazing goals down at the first time we were at Cooper Stadium. And but obviously not playing today, but I'm sure he'll be around the team and getting them up and about.
He's sitting over there on the sideline, so I'm sure he'll be having a big influence on the game from the side.
And then obviously this is the first of the 2 double headers today. I mean, you know, we talk about the next game as well, Brighton and Burnside.
It's going to be a cracker.
Under lights as the sun just starts to set here at Glenelg. And it's a beautiful day down here at Glenelg. It's about 14 or 15 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, fairly high cloud cover because they considered that there was going to be a little bit of rain potentially coming through. But this is a perfect.
We'll touch wood, mate.
Good
There'll have no rain. Oh, and tonight's game, I think the crowd's going to double in size what's here already, because Burnside have got a good following, and they're playing in finals, and that's what you want. You want your supporters coming out and supporting the team. And like last week at the Albi Fiesta, the Burnside crowd there was enormous. It was massive.
Yeah. Always a big game, that Burnside East Torrens game in the Albi Fiesta for the Tractor Cup. It's one of those ones, unless you've played for either of those sides, you understand. And I've managed to coach both sides and win both sides.
It's a bit like an Anzac Day.
It 100%.
Exactly the same as an Anzac Day.
No one gives an inch, and it doesn't matter where you're sitting on the ladder. It is always a fairly torrid game.
And fairly physical as well. Yeah.
So as the boys just come together here, and we've got Woodville and Glenelg, and the first 5 or 10 minutes of this game could be critical if the power of the Glenelg offense can get up and about early. Dave Gowland, K-Man and Dominic Lyons, and that are going to have to be very, very good
under
down
pressure,
there.
I reckon.
But if they can get it down the other end and get a couple of sneakies, and Jesse Winnan, you watch him in all forms of the game, and he's coming into an Australian box. He's in good form at the moment, and he can shoot. As we see Jared Hines lining up in the middle here for Glenelg. And we've got Lyndon Southwell and Toddy Bartlett coming off the bench, the other side there. We've got 27. James White. Okay, so there's the ball. Ball to be won. Southwell picks up the ball and gets the first opportunity, but just can't quite grab that.
Stefan Gurin.
And he would have liked to have that one in the stick, but the pass was well out. And, for Woodville to win this game, they've got to be crisp with their stick skills.
Turnovers will kill.
And these guys, like the Brightons and the Burnsides, if you give them too many opportunities, they will kill you. As Cody gets a beautiful outlet, and he'd be happy to see that one first up. As Glenelg come into offense here. And you're always happy when that first pass comes out your stick, doesn't it? As a goalie or a forward or
Yep.
As the ball kicks around here, kicks it up to Jared, and they're just starting to set up. Nige kicks it down to Price. Price does his best work down the back there, and here we go. Luke Keesing just running up. This is where they like to come off the back side here and just step out, and Toddy Bartlett does that. Well guarded there by Southwell. So John Lyons, Giacomo up the top here. Nige looks down. Good ball movement here. Hines steps down. That's making it very hard on him, and he's going to have to work really hard here to get the ball. Doesn't want that to go over the line. And Luke Keesing just says, "You don't want it. I'm going to get it." And he's come to play. His last couple of weeks have been great, Luke Keesing.
Yeah, that was really good body work there by Luke. Put the pressure on the Woodville guy, got the ball back, and
Jared Hines just again in the middle. Nige out the side. He doesn't mind this. Left hand, good save there from Gow. And again, he's going to have to be big. And there's Dave Gow's first save of the day. And we've got the Persian nightclub owner just flicking down the side here. Another drop ball from Steph. Kicks it to Abbott. Abbott looks. Big save from Cody. And we've got a flag there. We're going to have a late hit here on Morton. Sorry, it wasn't a Nige. It was
Gareth Bryant.
Gareth Bryant. Late hit there, so good save there from Cody. That's a one save all to Gal and Watts.
I think Stefan Gurin's got a little bit of the finals fumbles.
Final jitters.
Yeah.
So, both keepers coming up with their respective saves there. And Mitten's already all over it.
Yeah, statistician.
Mate, that's I just keep dribbling. So we get to see Woodville's first man-up opportunity. And Jesse with the
running up top,
and Abbott letting that one go from out wide. Cody would be happy to have those
change up from the middle, the rotation,
running that rotation here. Yeah. And Jesse will pop out again, and there's a shot coming here from Wynn. Another big save up the top from Watts, and he'd be very happy with the way he goes. And he and Abbott now go about a running race. And Cody's looking at, he's got the sniper there, who needs to give it, and good work there from Watts. That's two big saves, and Gal with one big save, so we'll keep going like this. It might be a 1-2 game.
Soccer game.
Hey? No, I watched that last night. I watched Everton and
well, it might have been a bit more exciting than the cricket.
No, the cricket was good. All out for 67. You know, Australia obviously didn't do a great job at 180. Well, 67 was
A little bit behind.
But back on it as Marinkovic just steps onto the field for his first look at finals in 2019. Evans up the top here, picks up Southwell, kicks it down to Price. And Price has K-Man all over him. Best of mates, obviously, these two. And obviously played away in the Australian 23 side in Gaiju in South Korea. Good defence there.
By Lions.
But needs to get rid of the ball now, needs to find someone because the pressure is coming. And the big launch down the side here. Oh,
Tyson Negerman.
I like it, just like some of the cricketers in the slip should have done yesterday instead of dropping it like Root. Tap it up to himself.
It was out, wasn't it? Ask him.
Yeah. So just punch for punch at the moment, these two sides. Luke Keesing obviously looking at Jono there, but great job there from Dom Lyons to just intercept that. So both defences standing up at the moment. No score on the board here. We've had about 5 minutes played in the first term of this knockout semi-final, and as we see up the top there, Gorvin just getting down the side, looks in. Cody with another massive save, and he's got the sniper. Sniper's normally doing his best work up in the offensive end, but that's about his second or third defensive sort of clear to get there at the moment. So they'll just settle it down here. So just heading the clear. And obviously to all of you that were on our poll earlier to see who was going to win this game, it was fairly one-sided for our viewers. They had Glenelg at 72 and Woodville at 28% as Dan Evans just steps over and Jesse just goes, okay, I can go now. Yeah. So they got an opportunity here, but runs into some massive long sticks. Need to pull that out, get a little bit of settle.
That was good defence by Woodville then. Crashed in there perfectly.
They would be very good in the women's game with a crash like that. That defence has come to play for Woodville. As we see here, Dave Gubbin says, go Bays. He's watching live from Mykonos over in Greece. So that's the place to be watching, isn't it?
With the Euros or two.
The Euros. And we got Henry Haskett, Timmy Dixon. G'day, Timmy. Drewy Cooper watching as well. Lincoln Potter's having a watch. He'd be watching his beloved Woodville Warriors. And he'd be all over Dave Gow doing his work in the cage there. So, Link, big shout out to you, buddy. Hope college life is getting back to you as Paddy Palmer, Jack Price, and again, Dave Gow, big one. And there's a flag down here, and goalie's come out, and that's what happens. And we'll see Brody Nickel with a slash there go to the bench. And all over it. How often do you see that? Another big save there from Gow. And how often do you see that? The keeper comes out and attackers just go, oh, there's a keeper out of the cage. It is
game on.
Fair game. But again,
goalies.
Woodville have another man-up opportunity. And while they didn't do anything in the first one with the shot save there. So both keepers at the moment. Cody going 3 saves from 3 shots. And a bounce make that 4 saves from 4 shots. And Dave Gow down the other end. That was a hit and hope a bit from Jess. He thought he had the whacker in front of him, and unfortunately that was like the cricket pitch over in England at the moment. It's just slowed up very, very. So a little bit of up and down there, and that's got to come off because otherwise that's going to. But the man down here, so they'll just be looking to run down the time here, Glenelg. And if Woodville aren't careful, they'll get one coming from the bench here with a minute to go, or with limited time, and they may have an opportunity as a fastie. Oh, that one right in the middle. That's where you don't want to lose it. Ball to be won here, and Mitch Lewis in there. Glenelg fighting hard. That one's come out the back as the penalty gets released, and Southwell has got Brody Nickel just looking at him. Good hit there from Jack Drury. Plenty of willing going on here at the moment. That one's gone over the top. We've got a timeout called to Woodville, and a great timeout. Really well called timeout there as they had the ball in offense. Just settle it down. And again, another man-up opportunity from Woodville. But
two man-up opportunities and 2 ordinary shots in the man-up as well. You know, just starting the game.
Yeah, I mean, outside that sort of second women's fan for the first shot, I mean, you know, these Gal and Watson, 2 good keepers for that, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, And as we say, you know, thank you to everyone who voted on our socials. Over 200 people, so that's a good sample size for a bit of a poll. And as I say, Glenelg running out 72% that they'll win this game. And at the moment it's 0-0, so it is still anyone's game. And if you're watching live on LSA TV, give us a big shout out, and big shout out also to our sponsors here, Living Choice and Traditional Verandas, Carports, Roofing and Guttering, who will look after you immensely with everything you need around the house. And we saw Suts running around here before.
Yep.
I know
Sutsy's out here, probably having a couple of reds.
Raylene was down playing Div 2 with Geordie earlier, so
we've just heard that Sudsy's actually, for the game out at North Adelaide, he's actually going to bring his new ute with the all decked out with the stuff. So we're going to have a tailgate party. We love it. Thanks to Traditional Verandas, Carports, Roofing and Guttering. There is a car park party going on in at North Adelaide, I think, for a prelim game this weekend. And obviously good games of lacrosse out there last night with Glenelg women losing the minor premiership. We're going down to Wilderness in what was a cracking game. But back on to the men's here.
So Tyson Negerman with the ball.
And good work from Toddy down the bottom. Oh, that's a cracking shot from Wood, getting free there on Mitch Lewis. But that one's gone wide. Cody be having a few words, I think, to Mitch there, just saying, mate, I think you better watch that one. A little bit tighter, yep. And Dylan has those opportunities coming back from the World box over there. They did a fantastic job over there. Oh, Steph's having a shocker at the moment. He might change his stick. I think it's been out of the stick more than it's been in. And we see Wood with the ball again here, kicks it over to Winnan, and he's guarded by Evans. And that's probably a pretty good matchup, to be honest, as Steph's up high with the ball to Negerman. Kicks down the back there to Abbott. He kicks it. They're going to go about their work here. And Mitch Lewis just on the hands. Don't let him get top side here because he will fire it. Kicks down the bottom. Abbott. Abbott. And that's just throwing that one away.
It's come off the pipe.
That was the old shovel which the handle broke while you went to shoot that one. And Shane will be just coming towards us and he'll be shaking his head thinking, if only I'd been out there earlier teaching me how to do that one. As Watts got the back up there from what was pretty slow shot, to be honest. But good turnover here nearly as we see Steve Mortimer. Is he going to be the one? He keeps going. Oh, look inside because he does it. Oh, that's just a bullet.
Turnover.
And that's hit someone on the other side there too. So
it's very unlucky there because Woodville went offside there as well and never got picked up as well.
Wood gouged with his eyes on it.
Yeah, it didn't get picked up at all.
So we've got a bench manager there, and he missed the offside in that one. But CBO. Yeah. Although Gow doesn't mind being a bench manager either. Very similar job, only you don't have to wear his black and white in that, does he? Yeah. All blacks. So there we go. We've got K-Man with the ball, kicks it to Gow, wearing Michael Jordan's famous number 23.
Air Gow.
Air Gow. As we see Price push the ball. And Lyons with it now.
Gorvin.
And the ride here. Just a little bit easy getting over there. So Woodville with more shots here than Glenelg early in this first quarter. We've had about half the quarter gone already. And that's the one where you want to look after Jesse, where he's on that bottom corner playing that box-style game where he really does push in inside. Because that's the one that he can. He's done some crazy, amazing things in the box game. And this is where he can become very dangerous. As on cue, you just see him, all he's got to do is be able to free his hand, doesn't he? Yeah, and that one's gone.
Doesn't need a lot of space.
Gone wide of the cage. And another shot there from Woodville. So they're certainly peppering without putting the ball in the back of the net. As Steph Guerin with the back up there gives the Warriors the ball here again. And this is that arm wrestle early in a final that you see constantly where both teams just testing each other out. And it's that settling early. You know, a goal seems to settle you. As the ball coming down here, got a good work there from the MVP Hobbs medalist in Steve Mortimer for the Nationals. So just did what good defenders do. They get down the side. Ran into a brick wall there that was Dan Evans. Had Dan Evans' name spray painted on it. It's like tagged, wasn't he? As we look
probably
over
not
side,
the player
Jesse,
you want to run into either.
So again, got to get up because Jesse just let him free that hands. He'll shoot from there. He doesn't mind shooting from there as they get another player on here at the top with Tyson Edelman. And he picks up Steve Mortimer picks him up. And just settling it down, Abbott, down the back. So they're playing it a 1-3 or 1-4-1 into a 1-3-2 at the moment, just coming in and out of it. And that's a bit easy. Oh, that's just pumped the crease. So ball to be won here. Needs Stu Mortimer with the ball. Needs to pick it up. 2-on-1 there, and Woodville doing a great job as extra pressure comes. Oh, there's one down out here. And he's just getting back up on his feet. That's Kane Bennett. Certainly wore one down the back there. And
Nice work by Stu Mortimer there.
Just felt that one, and good work there from Glenelg to get it down.
Just limping off the field too is Kane.
So where's the goal coming from here, Lip? We normally
I reckon you're going to see it right here in a minute by the guys. Just got the ball now.
So you're picking Nige Morton.
Nige, yeah.
It's his favourite 45, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've got a real wide set going here, Glenelg. So certainly trying to get people out and about, and that's a pretty good matchup too. Robinson with winning,
yeah.
But Luke Keesing just down the side, kicks it over to Morton. Morton down to Price. Nige just popping down the back corner. Nice little inside roll. He could have almost kept going there. Looks up the top. Zach Drury pops that one over the top. Good back up there from Brody Nickel. Good work there from the Bays. Another shot there, and again still trading blows. And a couple of people on our live stream as they'll go about their way. Actually, we might wait for that because I reckon there's some more action coming here. As Price comes around the back, there's a double if he moves the ball quickly. But doing a good job. Nice from Gow. And he's too good a keeper to do that. And there we go,
Keesing.
Luke Keesing with the first one of the game from Nige Morton. And Nige Morton gets his first assist, and Luke Keesing with the first goal of the game. And that puts Glenelg 1-0 up, as we see here on the Living Choice. Instant replay just comes down the side, and defenders just didn't go with him, and they're all looking around at each other.
Him. Yep.
Everyone looking at each other there, going, "How did he get free?" And we'll see Dave Campbell reset here. And in the face-off here, we've got Whitey against Jared Hines. So last time was a good competition. Hines won the ball, but certainly Woodville did well off the wings to get it out. And there we go again. So ground ball to be won.
And again,
and good from Mortimer.
Southwell off the
and just
pick up by Guerin.
Pick that up. Guerin gets in. Oh, Steph Guerin. And doesn't he let people know, defenders? That was a hard. I know there was a few stick checks last week, but given the way he held that ball through that traffic with those long poles, you wouldn't throw one in early.
I could tell you right now, look, his stick is like a woman's stick.
Is that why they were bouncing out all the time?
He would not have an illegal stick at all, Steph.
No, that was a fantastic hold there from Steph, and given the fact that he dropped a few balls early, that'll give him a little bit of confidence now, and Woodville certainly as well.
That was actually a good pick up by Southwell again off the wing.
The problem is Glenelg had the opportunity to pick that ball up. Marenkovic was there, Mortimer was there. You know, they had 3-on-1, and Steph wanted it more, got the ball and
took him on,
powered it to the cage, and that's the sort of confidence in finals you need when you think, there we go, oh, that's a good flick there to Evans. Really good, and keeps going. Hines looks on the bottom corner, good from Gow. Good save again there from Dave Gow. Nige Morton, you cannot let him. There's a double fake. So Gow with another big save. 1-1 here on the Living Choice scoreboard with about 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And like two prize fighters, they're certainly just trading blow after blow after blow.
It'll be interesting to see which team settles the best here.
Yeah, they've both started to settle it. Obviously,
offensively, they're moving the ball a bit more, yeah.
Well, Woodville coming off a bit of a transitional scrappy goal, and Glenelg certainly getting around. Oh,
Jared Hines.
Yeah, that's telegraphed that one a bit. You heard did it, you know, old Morse code.
Morse code, yeah.
And as we see on the Living Choice scoreboard, that's a terrible pass.
Good back up though by
Winning there. Good hit. Oh no, let him go. He's going to get one there. We're going to have an interference call here.
On Jack Price.
On Jack Price. The ball had gone and he was on the ground and still kept hitting him. And And we see here Jesse about to come in and build something for the Warriors, just like traditional verandas, carports, roofing,
and gutters.
You love it when you say gutters.
That's it.
They are 30 years in the business, and they will look after you in every facet of your home improvement. So give them a ring down there, and there's probably nothing they can't do down there, is there, Lib?
Oh, nothing.
So just Woodville with the ball again here, and another goal here from Woodville late in this second. And the ball movement's pretty crisp here at the moment from the Warriors. Certainly, there's plenty of movement.
They're playing wide.
So Jesse and Dan have got to get on those hands. Good work there from Dan Evans. Jesse's come to play.
Oh, nice little
inside.
fake.
Bang, big save again from Watts as Jared Hines just breaks. And Glenelg have got a transition ball here, so there's probably less than a minute to go in this first quarter. Kicks down, Nige Morton,
Bang.
steps.
Oh,
good save again from Gal. How good are these keepers playing? They've both come to play. So Gal and Watts, that ball's kicking up and over, and Jesse needs to get his motors here, but Steve Mortimer sees him covered, fills the hole. And certainly the keepers are keeping their teams well in the hunt.
Watts has had 6 saves and Gal's 5.
So
it's 11 saves already.
11 saves in the first quarter by both respective goaltenders, and they're doing a great job for their clubs. But you know, the fact is that we're getting both teams are getting shots here, and good shots because they're on the cage because they're having to be saved. So they've both fine-tuned their sticks, just like Guerin did that last one. Both fine-tuned their sticks to put it on the 6x6. As Woodville look to probably have the last opportunity in this first quarter. Kicks it up the top.
There he is.
And
the man.
Guerin just giving it to Winnan. Picks coming here. A little bit of box picking going. This is where you don't want to keep. Oh, good round the side again. Good pressure there from
Mitch Lewis.
Mitch Lewis. Just Dylan getting around the corner, but probably needed to take that extra couple of steps to balance and tried to shoot when Mitch was on his hip. And just pushed that one wide. No drama for the keeper down there. And again, Woodville having opportunities.
Jesse's setting up high.
We hear the 30-second call here, so Jesse will look to have the last shot. Just likes to get in. Oh! That one has rattled the cookie jar. That was top shelf there, and Watts didn't stand that. That was literally just a little drive step back, and he's popped that top right-hand corner as we see on the Living Choice instant replay. Dan Evans did absolutely nothing wrong there. Literally just stepped off him for about, half a second.
But that's what we're saying.
Free the hands.
Give him an inch.
And that's Winnan's second.
First.
Oh, sorry, first. My bad. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, 2-1.
Steph got the first one, so 2-1 the way of Woodville, and Glenelg with limited time in this first term will look to get one out of the centre here and try and even it up before quarter time, but it's been a really good contest in the opening 19 minutes, and Woodville have something to say about this.
Oh, nice work.
So they're going to have to move, they're going to have to present the ball forward. Limited time here. That could be a penalty there as a hand went on the back. Oh, it's inside, and that one's going to go out and about, and that'll probably just about run out the quarter here. As Nige Morton just guards, but as the whistle goes, and what a cracking first quarter, Lip.
Oh, fantastic first quarter. Like we said earlier, both goalies on song.
Yeah, and a couple of big shout-outs here while we've got a second to have a breath. And, actually, we'll go to some replays first. This is the first goal with Keesing just popping down on there from Morton and just putting that one away. That was Glenelg's first. And then we went down the other end, and that's the one where Jono didn't. And you see here, Steph just 1, 2, 3, left-handed over the top of Watts' left shoulder. And that was Woodville's first. And then the Winnan show stepped in. And he's had a couple of shots, and Cody's got a good chance to see the speed of this ball, but this was right behind our camera angle. A great camera angle from Alan Marenkovic up there. He's just nailing this video, and if you're If you're sitting at home watching this, you wouldn't have a better view than we did down here at the moment with the camera work. And but yeah, a couple of words from our major sponsors.
Like a backhanded compliment. Yeah, he was a couple of years and I was like, don't get going.
They got one.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
I'm impressed, John. These apartments really do have the wow factor, and you can choose from spacious one-bedroom apartments through to ultra-luxurious penthouses.
Location, luxury, lifestyle and living well. Once again, Living Choice has ticked all the boxes.
Come and have a look at the stunning display apartment
And discover the new standard in retirement living. John Wood here for Living Choice.
And welcome back here to the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. First semi-final, Woodville versus Glenelg. We see Woodville 2-1 up, and we're going to go to our socials here and a couple of shout-outs. Johnny Hill's watching, Indy Williams, our bronze medalist Indy Williams is watching, and she was great last night to have a chat to. Charlotte Winnan, I believe she's out and about.
Up in sunny.
And Ryan Gaspari, Kirsty McLean Bixo's watching, Mark Bahaja, g'day Budge, Julia, g'day Jules, Kyle Billows, Dave Bigley, Jay Rahali, Abby Thorne, another one of those bronze medalists. Joshy Harris, he's obviously watching before he gets to get out here, and Toby Raymond, they must be watching together at the moment. Tom Vick, big shout out to you, Tommy. Anita Lewis is watching, even though Anita was down there, I believe, watching Mitch. She's still on the live stream. She must like what you have to say.
And Goody.
And Jimmy Goodrich, a man who could just about win this game, and they're all sitting over there probably just watching it on the live feed. So big shout out to those boys. And back into the centre here, we'll see where it goes as we see Hines there with the ball. Well, he needs to just pick that ball up.
Nice work.
On cue, he's listening to us. He's probably been one of those surprise packets in the face-off. He was playing a bit up forward and finding it hard to get into this team, but seems to have found a bit of a niche there.
But then the good thing is you're giving Dan Evans and Luke Keesing different roles in the game as well, where Luke's pretty dangerous in the attack, so it's good that he doesn't have to run the midfield and wear himself out.
Yeah, and at the moment, if you can get that sort of 50-60% ball use as Luke Keesing gets it around. Zach Jury, he could be big in the finals last year, and he was very good the year before that too. So hasn't had a huge amount of game time as he would probably have liked. Obviously, Nigel's coming back as we see there.
On cue as well.
Just on cue. That's why we're commentators here, Lip, because we see those things happen before they actually do. Don't play chess with Lyndon Arscott and Tony Watts because we're already 3 moves ahead. But yeah, look, he's one that I think he could be a surprise packet as we see the sniper just pulling it out as Brody Nickel just steps back. He don't mind a shot from there either. That's hit the back of the cage and didn't trouble Dave Gow. But Luke Keesing with the backup. And again, those two guys really, they've been around the place. Brody Nickel obviously having last year off doing, he did his knee and it's been a fair bit of time out. And Brody Nickel was well entrenched in this side, but with Nige coming back on that 45, he sort of had to find a new role. But they're the guys that will probably be those sort of extra 1 or 2% in this side if they're to go all the way. And Jack Price just being well guarded there by K-Man. And this is where Zach likes his thing. He gets past very easily, kicks it around, looks out the back. Nige is wide open there. Just Luke not giving it to him, and Nige is probably letting him know. And there's Luke, steps up. Oh, they're going to have to chase it down. And Nige, that's unusual from Nige Morton. Ball still to be won here, and Woodville just a little bit hungrier with the ball. But Nige Morton says, I've bought my one. He's just as likely to... he's going to get a ward here.
Yep.
Called a ward.
That's a big call.
It's a big call, and Mark Polden put in the right position there. He obviously saw it better than anyone because he was standing right on the right angle. So that's a big call, especially in this early in this second. They're 2-1 down.
I don't know. He called for a ward when he got 2 hands on the stick. Unless he just lifted one away, but he did carry the ball 2 hands.
The wonders of modern medicine, mate. As we see Jesse winning, just getting popped up, kicks it over here
to Dominic Lyons.
To Dom Lyons, and he's going to bring it in. And there we go, down to Steph, and Dom Lyons straight back over the line. Let's Jesse get the way back down into the offense. Just kicks it down to Wood there, and that's a pretty ordinary pass, to be honest, Dill. But I'm sure that'll tighten up as the game goes on. Dill having a couple of good opportunities down the back corners where he's driven, and that's obviously he's pretty confident coming off that box tournament.
So it looks like the matchup's Dan Evans and Jesse winning. When Jesse's in attack, Dan Evans is picking him up by the looks of it.
He's going to have to certainly be good, because Jesse doesn't mind pushing in that way. Oh. Big rip there from Steph Guerin. He figures I've got one on the left hand, I may as well have a crack on the right. And if you don't shoot, you don't get goals.
That's right. And it was open. It's an open shot to have.
I think the keeper was well on his line there and probably had that one well covered. But if you know they're constantly coming, you've got to be really aware. Yeah. So winning with the ball, just pushing him down the left. He doesn't mind shooting the left either. Steps up, another one.
Again.
And Cody just letting his defense know right there that he's not happy with those shots coming at those angles.
Twice they've been loose on Steph.
Yeah, and Steph's just pushed both of those shots wide. So 2 big opportunities for the Warriors. As the ball kicks down the back here, and Shane Abbott, nearly a moving pick down there from Dill, but certainly got away with it. There's the switch nearly in there. Stu Mortimer on Steph Guerin, and here we go again. Jesse running the same. He's on the right hand now. He will look. Bang. Bang. Jesse winning. They are going to have to shut that man down, because if he can get that sort of distance and take one step back and keep lighting him up with screens in front of him, as we see here on the Living Choice replay.
Pushed off down.
Look at that. Cody's got 1, 2, 3 in front of him. Yeah. Just pushes off and pops at top corner.
That's box play.
That is 100% box play.
Yeah, push off your defender and bang.
He'd be happy to have the 6x6, wouldn't he? Yeah. Rather than the 3x3.
But that's, Jesse. Jesse's really, really good at box, and he brings it to the field now and then, and all of a sudden he's got 2 goals and Woodville up 3-1. Just in the write-up with LSA TV, he was one of those ones, they're playmakers in big games. Yeah.
So 3-1 here, Woodville over Glenelg. And Glenelg are going to have to come as the face-off goes round. We go where it stops, nobody knows. As the ball he's got a hold of him. And
great
Steve,
pick up, Morty.
I'm going to say there's a goal coming here.
Oh, a nice fake.
Oh no, Gow with another big save. So Gow just getting everything, and big pressure here from Jack Price all over him. That one's just flicked out to the side. He's going to have pressure on here, Lions. And Luke Keesing just really going about his work. Flicks it over the other side, and that one's gone out of bounds. Really good ride there from the Seahawks down low. But a good save there from Gow.
Yeah, I think they're going to mix up their shots a bit. I think most of their shots have been down low.
Well, Nige likes that one where he goes down to the 5-hole. I reckon Gow would have seen plenty of it this year, whether against it or what he's been defending or watching games. So the ball is just kicking down here to Price. And as I said, those bounce shots, down this end in the Div 1 game were
bouncing all over.
We're a little bit of whacker and a little bit of the SCG on the 7th day pitch sometimes. The Mumbai track.
Yeah, but the Mumbai track's
it's just as dusty down there. Looks over the other side.
Nice.
That's unusual from Nige too. He's dropped a couple of balls down there today. Just
great movement by Jack Price again, though.
Not over us, mate. Couple of more shout-outs here. We've got Lukey Roberts Sword. Big Lukey, one of LSA TV's own, Lukey Sword. We love him when he's in the mic. He did a fair bit in the box games this year, so looking forward to having him back and around. Well, there's someone. Jordan Watts. She obviously finished her game down at East Torrens. She must be here watching or watching in the car on the way down. Haven't seen her yet. Lee Haskett was down there as well playing. So they obviously got through that Div 2 game against East Torrens down there. And Caitlin Maxwell Davis is also watching. Okay. Someone that we know pretty well in this commentary box, our producer Marty Baker. And congratulations to them on the announcement that they're having a little one.
Yeah, and I've seen her here before.
I won't.
Is she going home, Marty, or is she still hanging around?
She was behind the bar earlier, so she was a bit disappointed that Marty wanted a Coke. She thought he might have wanted a cruiser early in the day. Only the big drinks early in the day.
Cruiser.
Oh, it was the watermelon one.
Could have been worse. Could have been Passion Pop.
The old Red Bears back at the Burnside Lacrosse Club, they were always really good. As we get back to the stuff that we're here really for, and again, just some of that ball movement, just a little low, some of these passes. So
they'll seem to be sent up a little bit wider now too.
So Schicks obviously came out, wasn't happy what he saw, and he's looking here. Oh, there we go. That's one that should put it away.
Oh,
Dave Gow with another big save. Oh, Nigel Morton just letting K-Man know all about it. But this is where they've been really good.
They're right well. Yep.
So Toddy Bartlett all over him here, and Nigel Morton, he's chasing as well. We'll see whether there's a hamstring issue here. But I'd fake one when K-Man starts running. As K-Man just needed to get rid of the ball, and that ball's going to go off green. That will be unfortunate there from K-Man. He was certainly looking to push the play, and that's a hold almost. But let it go, we say. We like it when it lets it go. As Benny Robinson brings the ball in, and that's what we haven't had much at the moment. Not too many penalties in this game. As Jack puts it down. Obviously, Dave Gow playing a blinder down there at the moment, putting himself up for the...
and again, he puts his stick in the way and gets that little deflection off his stick.
So, Dave Gow certainly putting his name up in lights for the Little Choice Player of the Game here early.
7 saves already.
So, Glenelg will certainly want to be getting one in the back of the net here, just to stem this tide. We've had about 10 minutes gone in this second term. Big double as K-Man and the Woodville defence have come to play. Nigel Morton there. Good work there from Jack Price, but great work from the Warriors defence. They were very good. Oh, Benny Sniper Robinson just kicking in. Toddy Bartlett up the top. Woodville defence been really good.
Yeah, and it was a good double team then by K-Man as well. Good slide. Toddy Bartlett
ripping it left. That'll be a green ball. Oh, Jesse Winnan, I thought, was in position there. That's going. Changed his mind. Just went to the wrong way there, Bogger.
I think Jesse might have talked him into that a little bit as well.
He said, "I got the ball," and the ball
in the middle there.
flicks up the top.
Here we go. Fasty.
So another one here. Shane Abbott. Bang! Abbott with his first. And
good fast break.
The Glenelg defence at the moment is looking around. They're just hands on, and the Glenelg offence is certainly not allowing the defence to play the game that they should. They're not getting those opportunities, and Dave Gow's been a big reason for that. And
that was a great clear though by Woodville. Great clear.
Perfect.
Had the numbers then to light up the defence a bit from Glenelg, and like you said, Glenelg's defence a little bit stagnant at the moment.
Perfect transition there from the Warriors.
And Cody's getting upset a little bit down, and I don't blame him either when you're allowing people to have shots willy-nilly like that.
Yeah, you certainly don't blame him, and but that was really good work there from Winnan to get that back up, and he was in position there, so it was actually the right call.
Yeah.
Bogger just obviously pointing the wrong way, but that was the right call, and it's those little things going, So Glenelg are going to have to work hard here, and again they're just missing those little ground balls. They're missing that little good work there from Jared Hines.
Turn it over, yeah.
And it's funny because that's the pressure they're bringing at the moment. They are bringing pressure to the Woodville Warriors, but Woodville are sort of just taking that pressure on board, sucking it up, and then almost expelling at the other end.
So it's 4-1.
So 4-1 here with about 7.5 minutes to go in the second term. And Glenelg would love to get another one on the board here. But
plenty of opportunities as well, but like Dave Gow's been a brick at the moment. He's a difference at the moment.
Massive difference.
And mind you, Woodville's defence has been really, really good too. Sending the slides early, helping out each other. They've been really good.
And we'll see here that little two-man game. Two-man game again, but Woodville are sliding really well. Another two-man game. Oh, looks down the bottom corner. Gets down, Toddy Bartlett. So they're really running those two-man games here. Just constant grab the ball, go and set a pick, get it on. The guy who threw the ball comes and sets a pick. So plenty of movement from Glenelg, but they're not making they're not making inroads into the Woodville defence.
Well, at the moment, it's a bit like Glenelg's game a few weeks ago when they only had 17 shots against Burnside.
Yeah.
They're not really having a lot of shots again either.
No. And as I said, when you only had 17 the other day and Gal has, 7 or 8 saves at the moment, you know, that's half of the shots you had the other day against Burnside. But this is a guy that I think will come into his own as the game goes on. Looks down the bottom,
Open them up a little bit
looks
here.
up, kicks down to sniper, or steps in, allows to free the hands. And
great
again,
defense.
everything going for the Woodville Warriors. Good pick there from Dom Lyons.
He's in trouble here.
The
Great
ball needs
control though.
But pressure here from the pressure that is coming from the Glenelg offense in what's going on. And they've got one open here. And a beautiful outlet there from Gow. And another one here for Woodville would be a real turn up early in this game. There's going to be a flag there.
I think he used his helmet a bit on that too though, Dan. He sort of ducked his head a bit.
Yep.
I think that's
So
what
we've
he
got to
might
have an illegal body for 1 minute, and I know Craig Schicker doesn't like those illegal body calls, so he won't be very happy with that.
No, he's not. He just kicked the cone fine.
And very, very upset with that, Craig Schicker, and he wouldn't like what he's seen out here from his Seahawk team.
At the moment, no.
And 4-1 up Woodville, and the man-up opportunity. So 5-1 up here with about 5.5 minutes to go in the second.
Oh, great defense by Mitch Lewis. Oh no, Josh Sell, sorry.
Joshy Sell back in the side. He's sort of been up and in and out a little bit.
Great pressure there though. It was great.
Oh,
Great
nice.
knockdown by Morty.
We saw that in the Super League actually. Mortimer did that. That's a push. And that one's going to go potentially out of bounds as Abbott just tries to tiptoe. So the foot was on the line when Abbott tried to take the ball there. And Mark Polden right on the spot. And we got Jono Marenkovic. Just about to get killed. That's a big hit too, K-Man.
Nigel Morton, great work.
So, very similar, isn't it? Has shades of the Burnside Glenelg Grand Final last year, where Burnside came out and put 4 on the board.
Early as well.
And then about halfway through that second turn, they started to shut him down, and then they got one. So there's one. Oh no, he's in the crease. So Toddy Bartlett's going to find himself at the crease. That ball's going to turn over, be a Woodville ball. And again, Woodville in the defensive end, just doing a fantastic job.
But like you said, though, we're only in the second quarter. Can their defense keep us up for another half full across? That's the big question. Because at the moment, I'll probably say this is the best I've seen Woodville's defense play.
Oh, 100%.
And you know what? It's finals. That's all you got to do in finals, don't you?
It's the time to bring it, isn't it? And you'd probably want the ball clearing that side. I mean, you've got K-Man and Jesse on this side, so you probably shut down this side and let it go through Lovett and Lyons over that side. So now he's going to run into trouble, but that one's going to pop over. Mitch Lewis, good work there as the ball kicks down the back here, and he's got to use the keeper here. Oh, who's that to? Just unforced errors, and I'm surprised if Craig Schicker doesn't kick something else over there at the moment. That was terrible. All he had to do was hit the keeper then.
Yeah, I think Schick's just taking a few deep breaths, and there's no point really when you've still got a half full across yet to start yelling just yet. There's plenty of time.
Those unforced errors.
Coach hurt you.
Yeah, Coach Gillers. If they get a shutdown here and turn it around and not have an opportunity, then they'll certainly be
Tyson
steps in. Save there from Coach. Just got a big piece of it, and that's going to be a Woodville ball.
At least they're getting the backup as well.
Abbott and Mortimer just having a bit of a cuddle down the back there.
Steve would have been, just whispering a few little things in his ears. Shane,
just telling him that I'm gonna get on the bottom hand. Just as we check the Living Choice scoreboard here, it is 4 to Woodville, 1 to. Oh, that's well picked up there by Dylan Wood. So 4 to 1 here, Woodville over Glenelg. If you're just tuning in live and free on LSA TV, whether it be through the Facebook, you cannot let Jesse get to that point. He's already got 2 here.
Steps back again.
So Dan Evans just going about his work, kicks it on. Or you're watching on the YouTube on that big television where you can just flick it through on the smart television. Well, again, Dylan Wood just dropping the handle. So there's a couple of little signs here that Woodville's starting doing, but you've got to get the ball out of this guy's stick because he will just give a little, and that's probably really good defence there. So turnover, that inherent pass hasn't cost Glenelg anything, but they need to get down to the other end and put a ball in.
Especially with less than 2 minutes to go, I think Glenelg would love another goal right now.
They would. So Ruby Zada Boatwright having a bit of a watch. Tim Bryans, he says beautiful shot. Caitlin says she's in the kitchen, Marty. So ball, they're just turning it over willy-nilly. Good there from Luke Keesing. A ball to be won. The sniper picks it up. And is there some transition ball here from the sniper? He just pulls out. He says, let's settle it. Let's get the shot. Beck Steer having a watch. Jess Morrison, Jack Apolsky. One of the premiership players for Glenelg.
He's not out diving, Jack.
He's not out diving.
Oh, every time I see him on Facebook, he's diving somewhere or away somewhere, Jack. Must be living the life with old Jacko.
I'm going to say you got to love that sort of lifestyle. But at the moment, Craig Schicker's looking to dive into a big hole and crawl his way out of it at the moment because his players just, they're not going through the motions, but they're just not really working. And
to take credit to Woodville.
That's taking
Woodville.
Nothing away from Woodville.
Yeah, they've been good.
Steps in, shot coming. Oh, bang, tink, tink, tink. That one has hit the side bar, and that has come off.
It was a great shot by Zach
very
Drury.
Quick. Zach Drury, as I said, just might be one of those game winners where the sniper kicks down, rolls it around, looks at Keesing. Steps in.
Another force pass.
And Jesse winning. There's a nice pick out there
from Jack Price.
And ball lost, but Jesse's too good. I mean, he's not in the Aussie box side for no reason, as we call a timeout here on Woodville. And a well-called timeout there, as they will now have possession. And there is limited time left in this quarter, so...
Be less than a minute, I reckon.
So Woodville, well, I know Gowdy was looking like he was sort of coming out to the side there.
But
so
maybe Woodville is setting something up for the last shot.
One last shot, and imagine if they could go in at 5-1 up. That'd be a huge, what we would consider a bit of an upset at the moment.
Yes.
Yes. But I'm sure, while Woodville are playing exceptional across, Glenelg probably haven't been.
At their best,
so they've probably got plenty to step up. But you know what? Finals, scoreboard pressure, and getting them on early.
But the problem is, like you said, scoreboard pressure. If they go down 5-1 at half time, then they start thinking, well, we've got to shoot, we've got to force the ball.
Yep.
And that's when things go against you.
Yeah, they start doing everything a little bit quicker. As Beck Larecki's having a bit of a watch. G'day, Beck. Natalie Owens also. She's obviously been over living the life.
She's in Hawaii.
Oh, she's in Hawaii?
She's in Hawaii. Well, that was the last time, just drinking cocktails.
Where are you at the moment, Nat? We've been watching your escapades through the worlds and did a great job over there, I hear.
And doing an even better job now.
Doing an even better job with the elbow.
Yeah.
Not throwing flags, just throwing down beers.
Throwing down a few cocktails with Tammy.
So with 30 seconds to go, and another goal here from Woodville would be fantastic for them to go into this first half of this knockout final. And the crowd's a little bit silenced here, Lip.
Yes.
They were expecting to probably be the other way around at the moment.
The old Seahawks crowd.
I was going to say, if you were on the 26%, just like on Sportsbet and gamble responsibly, you'd probably get some good. You would have had some good odds at the start of the day.
Put your house on it. You could have a couple by the end of the day if Woodville get up.
Yeah, just don't mix and match it with the footy because you've no chance.
Especially if you're going to do a multi.
Jesse Winnan will look to have a shot here. He will look
nice
to have a shot
roll.
here. Good roll, good save there from Code. Just another little bit of stick on that one. And Cody Watts with another save. Okay, so we've got 30 call now. Sorry. And that's over and back. And we've got this could be one against the flow. As Benny Robinson picks the ball up. Look at Steve Mortimer over the other side. You've got to, almost had to force that one.
Luke Keesing
gets down. Toddy Bartlett needs to put this one away. Oh, bang, there it is, top shelf. And against the flow of play, Woodville call a timeout to have that last shot. Cody gets a little piece of it, goes out and turns back over with an over and back. And well worked play there. And to say that on the Living Choice instant replay, as we see here, that shot just hitting top bar. That had some sizzle on it, that one. That had more sizzle than the sausages sitting out the back here. And to say they needed that lip was an understatement.
Oh, you're not wrong. So that gives them a little bit of confidence going into half-time, 4-2.
So
unless they can get a quick one here.
Or if they can get a fasty here, Jono Marinkovic, it's probably his first one in the centre. I think Jared's taken all the others.
Yep.
So Jono Marinkovic here, looking at potentially a little fasty. Limited, very limited time in this second term. As Mark sets it, wait for him to make a mistake, but the ball is going to probably run out time here, I'd say, with that much of a hustle in there. And we'll probably go into the half here. Got a 4-2 game. They're letting them play out the back. Ball's out. Ball's to be won. As the whistle goes, and just that's the way to waste 20 seconds, Lip. Just a little bit of ring-a-ring-a-rosy.
Ring-a-ring-a-rosy there. Yeah. Good work by James White in the face-off. He's done quite well holding these two guys up today. Whitey at the moment doing really well.
He's done very well. I think Jared's been good against him. Obviously, they've just thrown Jono in there to have a bit of a look and a mix-up. But we have a 4-2 game here at half-time. And who have we got there for the goal scorers, Lip?
At the moment, we got Jesse Winham with 2, Shane Abbott with 1, Stefan Gurin with 1, and for Glenelg, we have Toddy Bartlett with a zinger just before half-time with 1, and Luke Keesing in the first quarter with 1.
Yeah, I think that last shot from Toddy Bartlett, we might have to go and just repaint that bar because that may have just singed some paint off that with the heat that was on that. And unfortunately, that's how you got to shoot because Dave Gow has been outstanding. What are the keeper's stats here at the moment? Well, for Dave Gow, been really good.
Dave Gow's had 8 saves in the half.
8 saves.
And, you know, Cody's had 8 as well. So.
Okay, so both keepers going about their work. And we'll go here to the traditional veranda carports, roofing and guttering instant replays. As we see here, this is the one winner, just takes one step and bang, top left-hand shoulder of Cody, bit screen there, but fantastic shot from Winham. That was his second one like that for the game. And this one here just got down the bottom and Shane Abbott found himself on the bottom. That was great movement, just pops that one and you can see there.
Cody not impressed with the defence.
Very unhappy with that. And this was the last one here. So ball kicks down, looks up, and that one had some zing on it, didn't it? That nearly went through the top of the net, that one. And that's the only way it looks like you're going to beat Dave Gall at the moment.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a couple of words from our sponsors here from Living Choice, the only choice when it comes to living. So we'll hear from our sponsors and we'll be back very shortly.
This is Adelaide's finest retirement living. A welcoming, multi-award winning and pet-friendly community in a location overlooking the stunning Adelaide city skyline and its tree-lined surrounds. You're just minutes from prestigious shopping precincts and it's only a stroll to beautiful parks and gardens. Imagine luxury living and 5-star facilities awarded 3 times as the best of the best. A place that values your independence and offers a wide variety of lifestyle options. A place for you to call home. Welcome to Living Choice Fullerton, Adelaide's finest retirement living. With a range of quality accommodation options, you'll find a home to love at the fully accredited Living Choice Fullerton. Enjoy spacious living in our beautifully appointed 1, 2 or 3 bedroom apartments, or choose one of our stunning penthouses offering sweeping views. You'll see the value of good design in these light and airy homes, each designed and built to the high level of luxury you've worked hard for and deserve. You can relax knowing all building exterior maintenance is taken care of, so you'll never have to paint a fence or mow a lawn again. The village also has its own solar farm to help you save on power bills. Your 5-star lifestyle includes an on-site restaurant, Damien on Fisher and Hudson's Cafe for delicious all-day dining. An indoor heated pool if you love to swim, Get creative in the art and craft studio. Enjoy a movie in our surround sound movie theatre. Be pampered in our hair and beauty salon. Or play tennis at nearby Concordia College. Meet up with friends for a game of bowls. Or listen to acclaimed musicians in our grand lobby. There's always something happening for you to be a part of. You're cared for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even if you never need it, it's reassuring to know that specialist staff are on site 24 hours. At our on-site wellness centre, both healthcare and fitness professionals offer a wide range of services. And you have 24-hour emergency response at the touch of a button. Living Choice Fullerton, Adelaide's finest retirement living, where you have the choice of luxury and the luxury of choice. For more information on how you can become part of our community, please call 1800 055 749 or visit livingchoice.com.au.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
I'm impressed, John. These apartments really do have the wow factor, and you can choose from spacious one-bedroom apartments through to ultra-luxurious penthouses.
Location, luxury, lifestyle and living well. Once again, Living Choice has ticked all the boxes.
Come and have a look at the stunning display apartment
and discover the new standard in retirement living.
So on the finals, I've got some sheets that I do up for them. And they've got makes up wins and losses. Turnovers.
Yeah, but what you need is somebody someone else not you, because you're going to think just making up your words. Probably not.
I just need a stiff breeze. Blows up my ass and make it bounce everywhere. There you go. That's all I need. The breeze is going well with that.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
And welcome back here to the second half at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club in this first knockout semi-final. And we see Glenelg just trying to get up and about out there, last half.
Oh, you know, take nothing away from Woodville. They've come out to play today. And like I said, it's probably the best game I've seen Woodville's defence play.
If they play that sort of lacrosse as they go on, they could trouble a few people.
Could be a little smoky.
Might have got some good odds about him this morning.
Yeah, but I'm sure Schick said a few wise words during that break, and I think you'll see a better Glenelg team coming out.
Yeah, look, I think Glenelg in their offense just haven't been able to get their straps or get their movement happening, and that's due to Woodville's pressure. When they have had the opportunities to shoot, Dave Gow has been an absolute brick wall. It's like he's got a laser field around him down there and not letting anything in. But it's a laser field now. Laser. And I think the Glenelg will look to penetrate that. They will.
And I think it's going to come down to the face-offs, because Whitey's done a great job in there holding Glenelg's face-off guys up, like Jono and Jared Hines the last few weeks have been dominating. And
okay, here we go. So
Dan Evans back in the centre.
Bit of a change up here. Yeah. So Dan Evans with a little bit of Aussie preparation in the last year coming back in here. We've got Benny Robertson on the side with Steve Vodder, and that's a fairly decent wing midfield line. Yeah. In the offence for Glenelg, we've got Mortimer, Price and Keesing down there. And down the other end, we've got Wood, Guerin and Abbott. So interesting here is that ball set. And there we go again. But ball to be won. Steve Mortimer, evergreen. He just doesn't. He still looks like he's about 14 years old, doesn't he? With the way he runs.
He's loving the long pole now.
Well, why wouldn't you when you can handle it like that?
Yeah.
As some rotations happen here, and sending on, and Brody Nickel, but it's just like that. Some of those passes, initial passes, are just hitting the feet. And it's not the crisp.
And the problem with the thing is, if you hit the ground here, the ball can bounce anywhere.
Yeah, and especially with this over and back. And we've seen it once already today with Woodville throwing one away, but it's been down here. Really wide set again here as it comes around. And Jack Price, he's certainly been able to get in here. Ball kicks over the back. Dan Evans steps up. Good defense again from Giacomo. Love it. And unfortunately, they're running the same offense down there at the moment, and Woodville know exactly what they're doing, and they're just trying to eat it up. So maybe there's another offensive set they can go to, because obviously Woodville have done a fair bit of preparation in watching what Glenelg do. So we see here the sniper, but he runs into two. Ball kicks the other side, and Jack Price, he's still drawing the long pole up the top here, and these two saw plenty of action together over in Jeonju in South Korea. Kicks the ball out. They're looking on the backside. Brody, see, that's the one they need to get that ball moving quicker. Brody Nickel opened up on the backside here, and Luke Keesing sort of looked at him and they just drove the other way.
Should just, I think they got to try something different. Like he should have just gave it quicker, Luke, and you never know.
So here we go, Nigel Morton, and he
great.
Again, love it. Woodville's defense just miserly down here at the moment for the Seahawks offense.
Oh, as the sun peeks out.
Just
glorious.
Gets its head in, and
there
we go. Another big save there from Gal. Ball to be won on the deck. Oh, and Luke Keesing, he says, I'm the man to do it. But another big save there from Gal. How many is that? Gal's got 9 saves. Massive in the context of a first final, especially knockout. If you're a goalkeeper, and there we go, just Jack Palmer. Price. As the ball kicks down the back here, and look at that. See, it's just those things. They're not
the little 1%ers.
It's almost like Woodville's defensive pressure is being poured on here, and Glenelg just thinking, well, how are we going to get through this? And Nige just says, look, let's settle it down. Let's have a bit of a look. But they're not going through. They're sort of going through the motions and, trying to drive through through these long sticks, and the long sticks are switching up. But this is an opportunity here for Nickel on Shorty here in white, and kicks it up. Robinson steps, bang. That's fodder. That is absolute fodder for Dave Gow today. Dave Gow will be sitting there going, I'll have another 30 of those, please. And the ball comes back down the other way, and they've withstood the pressure there of about nearly 4 minutes of offense. As Woodville bring the ball into their offensive end, and they'll have an opportunity to turn the tide and put another one on the board here. So Cody will be looking to have a big stop here and get the ball down, but I'm sure this defensive end of the Bays will be looking for their offensive end to start to do some work. As we have a turnover here nearly. Oh, good pick up. That's almost a Ward there. Just a push off with the left hand. But kicks it up to...
nice defense on Nigel Morton. All over him like a rash.
To win him, and Mitch Galvin did a great job there. Good hold on the ball. Oh, this man just looks inside. Big hit there. Killed. Oh, that one's come out the back. That's come out the back of Jesse's stick and gone all the way to the boundary. And a ball to be won here still.
Oh, it's a rear.
Oh, there
push
we go.
In the rear.
And
loose ball push.
And big Garrett Bryant, he was like a steam train. He was coming and...
I reckon Dan Evans has done a hamstring here.
You reckon he's...
yeah, he's...
he's got a... It looks like he's holding his hand.
No, he was holding the back of his leg. He just felt a little twinge on that push.
Okay, so he sat straight down. So it's not what he needs, especially when he's been doing a good job on Jesse Winnan. And here's a man that really needs to start to come into it, Toddy Bartlett. He was in career best form in the last probably 18 months and just gone out of it a little. Obviously went and played away with the men's state team, but he has some quality, and he's probably just gone, look, let me get down the back, and Jack Price just off for the time being. Luke Keesing getting a lot of pressure there from Tom Lyons.
Oh, another turnover.
Again, another turnover, and that's going to be lucky for Glenelg, because they're going to get that back.
It's another bad pass, though. You don't see this from Glenelg.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think the pressure that Woodville defence are bringing is bringing about those inherent passes.
Forced errors.
It's those ones there where you're throwing the ball and, you know, you're taking it down by your ankles. The Glenelg that has played in the last couple of premierships have been that real crisp ball moving, and again, seeing there, that one there is on the ankles. So they're going to have to manufacture one here, and maybe it's Jared Hines who manufactures it, and no, there it is. Kicks it over to the other side. Tolly Bartlett on cue, just heard us talk about him. So Kit and B, if you're watching it live, especially Kit there, you're right, Tolly Bartlett's just put one in the back of the net. And we see her here on the Living Choice instant replay. Looked like he was having a shot there, but it was a good pass over to Toddy Bartlett. And Toddy Bartlett gets his first of the game, and we're back to a 3-4 game. And
Glenelg needed that one.
Sorry, 2-4 game.
2-4.
3-4.
3-4.
3. Okay, sorry.
So Glenelg needed that one, I think, at the start of the third quarter.
So 3-4, and Woodville, you know, Glenelg with plenty of offense there. Obviously, Dan Evans. Another one here would certainly be something Glenelg would want to do. Big whoosh there
from Kane Bennett.
And just kicks it down here to Nige Morton. So Nige Morton with the ball, kicks it up to the sniper, and this is where we got you. So you've got the shorty matchup here, and Zach Drury, Jack Price back on the ground, Luke Keesing, kicks it this side. There is a short stick matchup here. Toddy Bartlett. So you almost need to get K-Man through there. Get Toddy Bartlett through and let Zach Drury do his best work on this side. Steps outside, looks back. It's coming down the back side here. Steps, there's a shorty matchup. Oh, he doesn't mind that. Bang, another one. Just on the blink of an eye, Glenelg get 2 in a row, and we've got an even scoreline here. And as I said, one of those guys who was in fine form the last couple of years, and he's almost been, with the quality of players coming back, he's been pushed aside, just starting to really show it. And Zach Drury just gets his first for the day, and all of a sudden, what we were talking about with Glenelg,
yeah,
they're back to even.
Back into it now. It's even play field now.
So game on here, and
there you got Jesse Winnan taking face-offs now as well.
Okay, so that'll tell you where Woodville are, because when Jess goes into the centre, they're certainly looking at doing some work, but good work there from Jared Hines. Just need to win the ball here, but can't let Jesse get it free like that. That's possession. He's got the
turnover.
Possession.
Apple turnover.
Good work there from Bryant. Kicks it over here to Mortimer. He doesn't mind going to the cage when he gets an opportunity, but I think he'll probably just push that one out as he kicks it over to the sniper. Steve Mortimer heads over as we see Jack Price coming back on. So obviously Glenelg have made some moves down there, and Jack seems to be coming through the midfield,
off the bench,
rather than being in that X position. And mind you, he's going down there, but he's almost trying to pick up a shorty to get down there. So Luke Keesing with Don Lyons on him.
Now you're seeing a sort of a little bit of a twist in the game. Glenelg's starting to get back, and Woodville's starting to do a few little turnovers, a few rush passes.
Well, that's what cost them. We sort of say, you know, the Woodville's defence so far in this game has been outstanding. But just then, you know, can they keep that sort of defence up for 80 minutes? And we're about to find out as Toddy Bartlett gets around the corner, just kicks it back around to Jack Price. Doing good work there, though. K-Man, he's all over him. And good work there, but again, just looks like he's going to go to the cage, and if he'd gone to the cage, he probably would have drew someone then and been able to just pick it off, but looks almost a little gun shy of Mr. Price at going there.
Yeah, well, a couple of times there, I'm surprised that Jack hasn't had a ping, because he's got a great shot as soon as he gets past his player.
So Keesing down the back with a rip. Good back up there from Bartlett, but that's what we need to see. And as we see, we've got our hands up around our eyes here, Lib.
That's great though. The sun's out.
The sun down this end in the fourth quarter, where
Dave Gow's going to be sitting.
Glenelg will be shooting.
Yeah.
And Cody's sitting down there cold at the moment. Hasn't had a shot on him this quarter.
No, it's been pretty quiet for Woodville. Like I said, they've did a couple of turnovers.
As the sniper kicks it down, and Lukey will come back down here. Looks inside. Nice roll. 3, but you've got to move the ball now because there's obviously 3 sliding. Really good from Woodville's defence. I mean, They have been absolutely
all over him,
working as one unit down there today. As the ball kicks up the top here. We've got a 4-all game if you're just tuning in after Woodville got out to a 4-1 lead at the half-time break. Glenelg have just managed to sneak it back. As we see here again, Toddy Bartlett,
he's actually
starting to really
get into the game.
Steps inside, bang, great cut. Jared
Hines again.
But cream rises to the top, doesn't it? And there's a 2-time Australian player in Luke Keesing, just starting to really make his mark on this game. That's his
second for the game.
Second for the game, and what an outstanding cut.
That's a Woodville timeout.
And Woodville will take a timeout here, and in the blink of an eye, Glenelg 5.
Woodville 4.
Woodville 4. So living choice replay, you see here the ball kicked down, Luke Keesing with a great, not much space there, but great feed there from Jared Hines. So Jared Hines getting an assist there, and Luke Keesing getting his second for the game. And obviously whatever Shicks had to put in their water at half time, it started to make it work.
It's helped, yep. And you know, the thing I look at this now, Glenelg got back into the game, and the key player in attack, Nigel, hasn't need to do anything yet. And if he starts to get on top, look out. That's all I got to say. I think this game sort of swung a little bit in Glenelg's favour now, I think.
So while we're having a bit of a lay time here, why wouldn't you have a lay time at Living Choice when you had the opportunity? You know, get a bit older, just move into Living Choice. Well, what a fantastic place that would be to retire and live.
Hopefully got a few more years left, but
yeah, just go in there with your millions lip and hey, just live the life. Not that you need $1 million to live in Living Choice. They have outstanding properties, and if you want an outstanding property in the one you're living in, don't forget traditional verandas, carports, roofing and guttering for all your needs around the house, because if you want an absolute castle, they will build it for you. 30 years in the business, and why would you go with anyone else? So back into the centre here, we've got Jesse Winnan in the face-off.
And Fish with a long pole.
And Fish with a long pole. So we had a break there. So that's going to go to Winnan. And yeah, Fish has been obviously playing shorty all game. And
yeah, he's been coaching. I think that's the first time he's come on.
So ball here to Woodville. Oh. Well, he's got to have his helmet off if he's coaching in the box. Is that correct?
Yes, yes it is. Yep.
I never get told that because I don't ever get on the field when I'm playing.
Oh, you did one game, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just stood in front of Cody. Just tried to talk him out of the game. It didn't work.
Well, he's probably heard you that many times before, mate, so I gather that wouldn't have...
Oh, thought that one was going wide. Yeah, he's tone deaf now. So it's probably a good thing to be.
Is that Tony deaf or tone deaf?
Yeah, both.
So,
again. Oh! And that's another one. Just like that. They sort of get their hands free, don't they? That's almost that Jesse Winnan-esque.
That's Henry Gawler, the important first goal for the game.
So Henry Coyler with his first of the game. Just, again, stepping inside. Good shot down to the bottom right-hand corner. Cody stretching for that one and back in on even terms here.
Another goal, though, that Woodville scored with the defence in front of Cody. It's not an easy thing for a goalie to pick up when your defence is standing in front of you.
Well, he had the guy guarding him, stepped off it, had another guy coming across, and there was one in front of him as well. So there's three screen from your defence, not giving him a real good look at it. But again, 5-all here. So the ball to be won here. Hines with the ball. Jesse Winnan looking to, as we see there, Fish again. He's going to get stuck in the defence now, Fish with a long stick. And
I think back in the days, Fish was a long poler, but then
again, having not much game time out on the field,
it makes
and
it hard.
He's coming just on to pinch hit. You know, he'd be one that you'd probably look at getting through, and Jared Hines just getting a little bit of equal pressure with him there in the middle. Glenelg going to a 1-4-1 here, and a sniper coming down. Lukey Keesing, he looks like he's come to play in the second half. He's up and about on his toes, moving exceptionally well. Nigel's gone down the back there to feed. Toddy Bartlett with K-Man all over him. Kicks it up here to Keesing. Kicks it over to... And we've got a flag down here. So I think at that one, that's probably in the middle.
That's on Fish, I reckon.
I'm going to say that's on Fish. Because he looked like he was trying to give Jared Hines a couple of cheap ones there. But that'll be a 30-second hold interference. And we'll get to see Glenelg's first man up for today.
Yes, it is a first.
No. as the Seahawk boys just set themselves up into what they're doing, and they've got Nige down in the bottom corner here, or Steps have already made the defence crash a little bit here. So a little bit of rotation, Dan Evans, who's obviously hamstrings not too bad because he's come back on for this man up. But just inputting, and bang, there we go. Dan Evans, hamstrings are right for shooting. I never shot that quick lip.
Well, you know, he didn't have to move, so
yeah, one step pop, and all of a sudden, you know, where Dave Gow was saving those ones early, starting in his defence, trying to do the right thing, but getting in the goalie's ways.
And Dan Evans gets on the scoreboard for his first. And we've got Jared Hines back in the centre against Jesse winning.
Jared and Jesse one each at the moment. Jared broke one, Jesse with one. And Jesse's looking to pick that one up, just steps inside. Gets some pressure here, but that's good defence there from as the ball hits the ground. Looks up, if he kicks the ball, just needs to settle here. They just need to settle, nothing stupid. Oh, that one's just about to come over. There it is. It did. Nige wanted it, and that's where it ended up. And Jesse Winnan just popping the ball to his offense. So probably not the right option there from the long sticker in Bryant to just try and force that one, although Nige was well open there earlier. Oh, gets inside.
Guerin's in it.
Guerin, he doesn't mind. Just shooting that one past
Mitch
Gorvin, and that's going to turn over. And Cody Watts will get the ball for the Seahawks, and he'll pop it up here to
Jared Hines.
And
fasty here.
We might have almost had an illegal procedure there on the other outer side.
It's a fasty here.
So one against the tide of the turns here. But that's one extra pass, one extra non, and the boys are feeling a little bit of pressure here at the moment with Glenelg 6-5 up.
That's a thing, a play that Glenelg normally eats up
religiously.
They're one of the best transition team to move the ball and finish. And yeah, it's an unusual one for Glenelg.
So we've got Dave Gow just looking at he wants to come over. Oh, that's almost a penalty.
It is.
It is a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, Guerin.
Oh, misses the open cage.
Oh, 2 flags.
Well, I think they're going to be for the same thing. Okay, so we've got Toddy Bartlett chasing down Dave Gow there with 1-4, but what an opportunity there from Stephen Guerin. Had an open cage, just had to put it over his shoulder, didn't he?
Yeah, he tried the
shovel. Shix is asking Bogger, and I'm sure they had some conversations while they were playing together, be it whether they were playing together or against each other. I'm sure that they never necessarily found each other up the right end, as we see the man up here from Woodville. So good on Steve Mortimer, good down the bottom. Oh, that's just come off Cody's foot there. That was almost going towards the cage. He's got an inherent foot in there.
Well, that's another forced pass. That's a 50-50 pass in a man up.
That's a terrible, and you've been in your man up for
4 or 5
10
times.
seconds.
But they've had 4 or 5 man up opportunities, haven't scored, Woodville.
So the ball is being walked up here by Cody Watts, and he will settle it down and look for an outlet here. He normally likes to look for Steve Mortimer right here, and Steve Mortimer doesn't mind this, and he'll kick over the back. There it is. Oh, Steve Mortimer running circles. Good outlet there.
It's on.
And there we go. Zach Drury. He's got Brody Nickel in the middle. Kicks it in. Brody Nickel keeps going. Kicks it down the back. Nige Morton. There's a shot every day of the week for Nige Morton.
Oh. Dave Gow.
And Dave Gow just popping it high. The ball coming to be won. Good there again. Zach Drury has been very good. That was on a. We'll call that just a play on. That's what we like. Nice, tough finals lacrosse. I don't think Zach Drury would be too upset with that one. And K-Man certainly letting him know that he's not going to get it easy. But he's been good in the limited minutes he's had, Zach Drury.
Yeah. Opportunist.
So if they go any further in this, he'll be one to watch as the Seahawks go through. So the sniper just working, and they're almost locking off that shorty here now with Zach Drury, because they realise that maybe he is quite dangerous. And Luke Keesing, he is dangerous when he has he has moments.
Oh, he's in here.
He hasn't been in the
Oh,
Australian side.
great look.
Fantastic look to Brody Nickel on the bottom corner. And I'm going to say that was all Luke Keesing there. He drew the man, did what he had to do, got a slide coming. Brody Nickel just sitting on the other side, as we see here on the Living Choice. Instant replay. Luke just drawing plenty. Brody Nickel going, I'll have that one over here, and that was Brody's first for the day.
Yep.
So he's on the board. And who have we got on the socials here, Lip? We got Lukey Oswald having a watch, Tom Emery. Paddy Palmer, he's having a watch. Is he over there?
He's coaching on the sideline as well.
Over there.
He's
So
doing
he's
both.
just wondering, Chicks is probably saying, what are they saying about me? Laura Evans is watching. Brownie, I saw Brownie down at Seaford this morning, so big shout out to you, Brownie, as the face-off starts here. Mark's set them. They're going to turn into statues if we keep them there any longer.
7-5. All of a sudden, Glenelg got that little break.
Ball to be won here, 7-5, and this is great work there from the sniper. And if he goes hard, we could have but you know what? Good tough lacrosse. You'd rather see nothing called here, because that's just like rubbing his racing, mate. That's just
finals. It's finals.
Yeah, so Glenelg, and just about here,
Keesing.
there's another one.
Keesing.
Man, Keesing, has he come to play today? He's certainly just sticking his hand up for that Living Choice player of the game.
That's his third for the game too.
And that is a 7-goal run.
Yep, 7-1 it was.
Oh, sorry, 7-goal to 1 run.
7-goal to 1 run, yep.
After Woodville being up 4-1. So what have the Woodville Warriors got here? They played exceptional lacrosse in the first quarter and second quarter to be leading by 3 at the half. But then it's since then it's been all Glenelg, and
it's all of a sudden blown out to 8-5.
Well, we've sort of had a half shot down here from Stephen Guerin, which was on an open goal with a backhander. And maybe the tide's turned, or have we got some more install in this game, or a Glenelg just about to run it out? No, there's another break there on Dan Evans. Oh, what was that? So maybe there's limited time. I don't know. Oh, Shane Abbott just going about Cody. Limited time down there.
That's
so
why he had the shot.
It's Shane Abbott certainly giving Code a bit down there. I'm sure they'll have a chat about that after the game. But a 6-1 quarter there, and all Glenelg that quarter.
Yeah, and like you said before, Luke Keesing put it on that quarter with 2 goals, 1 assist.
He's been, but it's not necessarily just the scoring, is it? It's the way he's going about it, and it's the quickness in what he's done. As we see here on the Living Choice replays, this was the one just popped around the corner, kicked it over the other side, and that was on cue there for Toddy Bartlett, just breaking that one away.
There by Jared Hines.
And Jared's been very good today too. Kicks up here. Zach Drury just steps inside, bang, pops that one. And yeah, he certainly enjoyed that, didn't he? And he's come to play too. As I said, limited minutes, but sometimes you only get limited opportunities. This one here, Toddy Bartlett pops it down the back, kicks it over the back side. Luke Keesing, that was that beautiful cut there and feed from Jared Hines. And that set up Luke's first one for the quarter. But we had Woodville here just kicking this ball around. Just steps inside, frees the hand, and the sniper got a bit lost there. The slide didn't come. Almost got lost on the backside, just allowed him to free his hands in there. But a good shot to finish that one.
Good shot, Lowe. Yep.
And that was Woodville's only for the quarter. So these replays are going to be a little bit Glenelg orientated, but Dan Evans being allowed to step in, and you can see there just the screen in front there where he's sort of up and ducked, and Dave Gow would have had that in his eyesight. And then this was the last one where Luke Keesing just went about his work, looked over the other side of Brody Nickel, and Brody Nickel went, "Thank you very much. I'm happy to take them all day from you, Lukey." And in the blink of an eye, we've got Glenelg 8, Woodville 5, and let's hear from our major sponsors and Traditional Verandas, Carports, Roofing and Guttering.
You getting better coming down? No, I'm getting better drinking. If I have a drink every gram, all you get, mate.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
I'm impressed, John. These apartments really do have the wow factor, and you can choose from spacious one-bedroom apartments through to ultra-luxurious penthouses.
Location, luxury, lifestyle and living well. Once again, Living Choice has ticked all the boxes.
Come and have a look at the stunning display apartment
And discover the new standard in retirement living.
And back here for the start of the fourth. What's going to happen here? Three-quarter time, Glenelg 8, Woodville 5. Jesse Wynnum with the ball. He's not going to give up this contest. And picks up Steve Mortimer. He'll want to get to the cage. There's that box thing. Good save there from Watts.
Watts.
Bang, big save up the top. Jared Hines just seems to find it in his stick. That one's an inherent pass. Abbott with the ball. That's taken it over.
Didn't quite cross over.
But
But
because Glenelg had already touched the ball, it doesn't matter. Oh, some ball to be won here. Mitch Lewis, just pick it up, son.
Oh.
Plenty of willing bodies going in here. Oh, there's a push. There's another push. And we're going to have a loose ball push. Ball will go to the Glenelg. Probably almost had advantage there. But Bogger just letting them play a little bit. Bit of rough it up.
It was a lovely bit of lacrosse, a little bit of hard lacrosse there. It's good. It's finals. That's what it's all about.
Big save there from Cody too, early in this first. If they get there, they get a little bit of momentum back. Morty with the ball. Maybe he'll have a go against Jesse because Jesse just had a go against him. Morty doesn't mind getting a goal here and there as he just wanders back over to release the sniper into action. And Benny Robinson just moseying his way down to the offense. So we've got Hines out there, we've got Price out there. The sniper is there. Toddy Bartlett. We've got Dan Evans. No, sorry, we don't. We have Luke Keesing and we have Nige Morton certainly going about their work. And Luke Keesing certainly come to play in this last sort of quarter and a half. Kicks it to Nige. Good. Yeah, there's plenty of ball movement at the moment as we see Nige just go about his work. There's plenty of people sticking their hands up for this Living Choice player of the game. But you know what? We're
Jack
still in the last. Jeez, he's quick, isn't he, on that split
dodge.
step? So the sniper steps in on Jesse Wynnum. Jesse going high. Just released him. Could have almost
back on the right as well then.
I can tell you, if that was Jesse Wynnum down the other end,
that would have shot.
There was a shot coming. There's Keesing with the ball in his stick. Morton just getting out his way. Keesing again drawing the double. If they can move the ball quickly here. Oh, Nige just getting absolutely held there from Lovett. And there's going to be a penalty here, so they've got a flag down. They're going to go towards the cage, in and back. So that'll be a hold, no doubt. As we just watch. Yep. Interference. So Dave Campbell just, Nige Morton and Giacomo Lovett there just going about it. And Giacomo literally just about hugged him. And they're subbing in defence here. And if Glenelg can get the ball moving quickly, or if they can naturally...
Mark Polden stood there waiting for him to get on, I think.
Yeah, could have released that a lot quicker. But a man-up opportunity here for Glenelg. And if they can get another one, here,
it'll be tough for Woodville.
We're out to a 4-goal lead, and Dukes on the bottom. Bartlett looks the other side.
Oh, save
again from Gow. Steps up though. Price is up the top here. Looks inside. Just settle. Great save there from Gow again. He's certainly not giving this up for his team. Kicks it down the bottom. Kicks it again. So the man released
on the 45 here. Bang.
Released. Nige. Ring tink. There's one. That one's going to go almost over and back off a shot.
Well saved by Dan Evans. But keeping the ball in.
Good chase down there. But you can see the heat. That ended up on the halfway line just about. Nice cut there again from Brody Nickel. They're going to have to watch that, Dom Lyons. Gave a little cross-check there. Mark Polden was watching that pretty intently. As Luke Keesing just starts to settle it a bit again. Nige hasn't really got into the game as a whole, and he's probably there. But look at the chase down here. So Jesse Wynnum with the ball. There could be a penalty there. Flag, no, goes for it, but nothing there, just a brush. And he's going to have to play better defence on there than Jesse, because Jesse will get inside. Good defence from the sniper. Jesse looking around going, that's got to be something to hold. Dylan Wood's got to be careful here, because those hands have got to be together. And we will see Glenelg come out through Jack Price. And he's only jogging at the moment. The boy's got some motors when he needs it. And Jesse's just looking around going, what the, because he thought he had 3 or 4 on him then. And thought he might have got a hold in that transaction, but nothing called.
Glenelg settled down in offense now.
And to be honest, really well officiated today.
Yeah, they've let it go, and it's been both sides.
Well, here we go. Zach with pace. With pace, he finds Shane Abbott down there. Shane Abbott just he's looking at trying to draw a slash. Nice one on the hands there, and I'm sure that Zach Drury won't mind having Shane Abbott on him, because if he can kick it over here and have another go, I'm sure he will put there. They've already sent the slide on top, so if they can get the ball moving. Brody Nickel opens up in the middle. Still no one on Brody Nickel. Yeah, that little bit of pace with the ball when they kick it around, and certainly starting to tire this defence.
Great knockdown by...
Toddy Bartlett left it behind. Luke Keesing going about his work. Still ball to be won here. And we're going to have a ball out of bounds. The ball will stay. The ball will stay in base, and they're sending it. They're sending a sub here. So if they can keep it in, but they're a man down here at the moment. Luke Keesing, and good substitution there, and that's why Fish shouldn't have come on. He's got to buy a new stick now. So just a loose head there. And again, Zach Drury, he's really starting to work it. There's 2 there, so if they can move the ball, looks down the... Jono Marenkovic by himself, still by himself. Just gets out the way. He's drawn a double. Zach Drury, nice movement. Really good ball movement by the Seahawks at the moment. They've certainly come to play in this second half. Yep. So 14 minutes to go roughly in this 4th quarter. And we see Glenelg 8, Woodville 5 on the Living Choice scoreboard. And what can Woodville do here? They just can't allow them to do. Toddy Bartlett allowed to run back in. Shane was just finding his way. It's still going on in the middle there between
Morton and
Lovett and Morton. Just starting to really... he's got to be careful, because he got a 30-second hold there before. Toddy Bartlett just bang. I don't know what that's hit. It's either hit a defender or an attacker.
Well, here we go. He's going to get a bit of a warning here, I reckon.
We're going to have a chat here, I'd say, between Nige and or maybe Dave was just checking that player was all right, because he might have nailed it. I didn't see who that hit.
Yeah.
Yep. So Dave obviously just double checking, because that had some heat on it. Yep. As the sun just goes behind the clouds down here and the breeze starts to pick up. Nice ball movement now from Glenelg. Just kicking it one side, kicking it the other, making not allowing Woodville to settle here. Abbott just trying to knock that one down, and here we go again. Zach Drury has been very, very instrumental in this offense since he's sort of started to hit the field. And we see here again, just that pace, just draws that double instantly, doesn't he? Woodville is sending that double as soon as he starts to break. As the ball just trickles out of bounds, but
kept in.
Brody Nickel says, yep, I've got it.
Oh, they get stalls on.
So we've got a stall call on here, so they're going to have to keep it in. One way to break a stall call. Get a goal. But again, I don't think Glenelg would be too fussed by this. They're just wiping out some precious minutes off this clock, and it's still a 3-goal game to them now. And they don't really have to do too much. There's Toddy Bartlett. Double coming, needs to offload it now. He's got 3 on him, so he needs to move the ball on, because there's got to be free players available. Still stall on here. Nige just steps up. They're the ones that he loves.
Dave Gow.
Might have been a high hit there.
And we're push on Dave Gow.
We're going to have a flag here.
It's going to be Woodville ball. Push Dave Gow through the rear.
So we're going to have a penalty here. A push
on Toddy Bartlett.
32nd on Toddy Bartlett as he goes to sit down, and Woodville with a man-up opportunity here, and with the 11.5 to go, they're really going to have to start to get on that scoreboard.
They've had a few man-ups today and haven't scored, I reckon, on about a half a dozen.
So he's just, Dave Campbell just down here, just having a bit of a chat to the boys as we see a bit of a wheel start to happen here down on the back corner. And Shane Abbott, just nails the bloke in front of him. He's a big man, isn't he, Gareth? And he's doing his job for Cody. Just steps inside. That's an absolute. I don't know that was a shot.
Glenelg ball though.
Glenelg ball.
Great work by Cody Watts.
So didn't really, another man up opportunity for them.
They've had 6 man ups.
And 0 from 6 at the moment.
Yep.
And Glenelg really having those long sets with those stall calls on down their offensive end. Just, they've got a lead now and they're playing really sensible lacrosse.
And, that's all they got to do. They don't need to rush anymore. They're just playing smart lacrosse.
So,
but that's Glenelg's game.
So they've left.
They'll have big sets in offense.
What do you reckon, Steph Guerin and Cody Watts in a race?
I think Cody's
I'm still on Cody.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sure he'll do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Steph won't give up on him though. There's one for your efforts. And there we go. They've sort of set a 10-man press almost, Woodville. But Glenelg get it up and over. And that was an opportunity for them to, with that man up, and also to really ride hard and get that ball back in their stick. So as Glenelg just start to settle here, and if you want to settle, I would settle nowhere else than Living Choice. What a fantastic place that is. As the ball just hits the ground here, and Brody says, all right, let's start to build something. Just as Living Choice, verandas, carports, roofing and guttering will build you whatever you need. All your needs around the home, if you want that extra. So with the Trad VC, Jack Price says, okay, watch me come. And he's been very good today, Jack. He's motoring, and that one hit top shelf. That has hit corners, that one. What a fantastic shot, and in the blink of an eye, we're out to 4 goals. And you look here, just down the right-hand side, and we're right behind that shot, and you can see here, just top corner. Dave Gow didn't stand a chance with that one.
So, with 8 minutes to go, 9 minutes to go, I would say that's ball game.
I can hear, hang on, something in the distance.
The fat lady's starting
to sing. So we've had an 8-1 run here to...
since half time. That's massive by Glenelg.
And whatever Shicks had to say to him, he maybe told him that they were going to be running and getting in the cold water in the morning.
I would have said after the game, not in the morning.
So ball flicked out the back here. Good job there from Jared Hines.
Sniper.
And the sniper with the ball. Might have broken there. There's a cross check. It's going to get willing here. There's flags everywhere here. So plenty of flags being thrown.
Stephen Guerin's going to have a minute. That could even get 2 minutes.
He got one, and just one. That went really high with the sniper there, and just about got him around the throat. And that was, a bit of frustration, I'd say, there from Steph. Yeah, well, the sniper can just about knock heads off here with his shots, so probably thinking, well, if I can get rid of his.
So Glenelg man up here. They're liable to.
Another one here. They double their score, and that's a huge turnaround from half time. Look inside, bang, Toddy Bartlett. Looked again over. That's going to be a loose ball push
by Dave Gow.
So we're going to have a loose ball push here from Dave Gow, and Dom Lyons is want to give the ball up there. No, 10-5, I think 9-5 is the score. So just double checking there. 10. 10-5, sorry. 10-5 is the score. Sorry, our scoreboard didn't add up to their scoreboard.
Sniper.
5-hole, the sniper. But Dave Gow, he's been too good down there today. As Dave Gow goes for a bit of a run. But this is the pressure, isn't it? Glenelg have been putting this sort of pressure on the ride. And they're just as likely to turn this one over here as Luke Keesing gets it down the back. Looks up the side. That's a hit and hope pass. And here we go. Big Bryant with the ball. Watch out. Steps inside. He knows his place.
Great knockdown by K-Man.
Bang. Bryant lined up K-Man. Thought better of it. And
Fasty here. Must be the numbers here. Woodville.
Must be a defender's code there, Lip. Don't hit the other defender. Winning. And puts that one about a metre wide of the cage. Cody didn't have to worry about that one. He's seen a couple from there today.
Bit of hook in that stick by Jesse then.
Absolutely. So Fish with the ball up the top here.
Guerin.
Massive speed. Sorry. Steph Guerin, not Fish. So Steph Guerin.
Same body figure.
Well, body by Warriors. Maybe it's all that Warrior ale down there, because that's a nice little drop, just quietly. And there we go. You can hear Luke Keesing, and just pops it down to the crease.
Trying to kill the crease.
Bang. Oh, good pickup. Nige Morton going about his work. Ball to be won here, and Guerin again, one-handed. That is. He's been watching Lyle do that. It just didn't execute quite as well as Lyle Thompson.
I just thought that was a little bit of Wimbledon tennis coming out of Steph Guerin then.
And so 10-5 here. We've got about 5.5 minutes to go. And Dylan Wood just going for a bit of a race with Cody.
Dylan's not chasing.
And Dylan says nope. So with Zach Drury just popping in here. And the Living Choice player of the game here, Lip. Plenty of opportunities.
It's a tough one.
It is, as Jack Price goes about his work. He's had a
good game.
Good game today. He's just drawn. Luke Keesing's been really good.
Dave Gow's been phenomenal in the
losing side.
Yeah.
Dave Gow's been good. This man Luke Keesing been good. The sniper has worked hard all day.
Jared Hines has been handy.
Jared Hines has been good. Little ball just dropping there. Jesse Winnan has had his moments. Don Lyons getting monstered by Nige.
That's a loose ball push on Zach.
Push against Zach, and that's those little things you can't do in finals, especially when you get to the bigger games. And not that this isn't a big game, but the tight games coming forward.
The silly fouls.
Those ones there when
they can hurt you.
Could only be a goal in it. So sun's out, guns out down here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club.
I don't know about guns out, but the sun's out.
Jesse Winnan, bang! That is just sailed past the top corner. There's some cable ties on the top of that thing, and it's just hit it. It's like the old cyclist, isn't it?
Yeah.
The old cable ties sticking up
there.
That
was nearly on Military Road as well.
So time out here to Woodville. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go. What can they do to? I think
they've just got to open the floodgates and take shots.
It's a massive crowd here down at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club, and it's only going to build up for the big game that is coming between the Burnside Bears and the Brighton Bombers, which proves to be an absolutely cracking game for the second game.
And both teams have good following as well.
Massive following. And you can see already the Burnside guys starting to mill down there on the outer side. They are set for what is another foray into the finals. They've been in two grand finals in the last sort of 4 years, looking for a third, and maybe it's third time lucky. And they haven't actually won one at state league level.
No, so it'll be huge for the club.
So stay tuned for that game coming up here at 6 p.m. live and free on. And to be honest, this is where someone like Jesse Winnan comes into his own, doesn't he? Yeah. And you can see here Johnny Marenkovic just being told to lock him off. There we go. Jesse's just, and he's got to do that though, Jess, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So Dan Evans over there, he's got some ice on him, I'd say.
On the hammock.
So helmet off, hands on hips. Shix has got hands on his head. So going to have to let him go there, Jono. We've got to have equal pressure here. So Woodville are going to have to start to put some shots on the cage here if they're going to get past this 5-goal deficit.
Mitch
Good work inside, bang, big save from Cody Watts. As Shane Abbott, we've seen this before. Good look from Jono. That one's, Jesse. This is coming back with interest. Shane Abbott on the bottom corner.
Jesse's going the cage.
Jesse's going the cage.
Oh, no. Nice look in there too.
Slide here again.
Nice and
bang.
Tyson Negerman.
Bang. Another big save there from Watts. And Steve Mortimer
off to the races.
Starts to race. And he's got Jono Marenkovic on his right-hand side. Looks down the bottom. Steve wants it back. So Glenelg don't have to do anything here. A couple of huge saves there from Watts late in the game. And a really good outlet. And he found his compatriot in Steve Mortimer, which he normally does.
It's 11 saves by Cody as well.
11 saves from Cody. And how many from Gal? He'd be up around the same. Maybe a couple more.
15.
15. So huge games by both respective keepers as Dave Gow starts to come out the cage. You know, he's been playing defence most of the year with a long pole, so, you know, there's going to be a stall. You always get to this point where later in the game the stall call starts to come, and it comes a lot quicker than it does at the start of the game. I mean, there is no.
Now it's been called.
There we go. Stall call on. Glenelg won't mind this, because all it means is having to have to push out. So we've got a double on the ball, and we've got a timeout here from Craig Schicker, who is just going to go and speak to his troops. But that gives Woodville the opportunity to have a bit of a chat as well and see what they're going to do.
So I think now you find that Glenelg's offence will spread wide.
So on a couple of people on the live feed here, we've sort of trying to keep up with it. Alan Carr, g'day Ting. Who else have we got here? James Heron. Warriors defence need to get back to the first half defence. Yeah, I'll agree with that. They were sensational in the first half. Zahn Anthony. Hey, she's a cracker.
She's a cracker.
She was, spent a lot of time with her over in Zhongzhou when she was over with Shane, and big shout out to you, Zahn. And Olivia Parker here also. Pat McLean says, go Bays. Jono Kiplock says, cheers from Hong Kong. Tony Watts, cheers to you, Mr. Kiplocks. He loves Hong Kong, doesn't he? And last time I had a shout out there, it was on the ALN, and one of the Woodville players may have been called something, and I'm not going to say that today, Jono. So there's enough things, but we hope all those referees over in Hong Kong are safe with everything that's going on over there. Our thoughts and that are with everyone over there. So hope everything is going well. And where are we? Still, warning is still here. So where do we sit for this player of the game?
It's a tough one. It's really tough.
So, and here we go. Keesing might just have sealed that one. That's his fourth for the game. Fourth for the game. Puts the icing on the cake, and I reckon Luke Keesing might have just
sneak in between Watson and Gal. Watson and Gal have been pretty good in the cage.
I mean, they've led up respectively 5 goals and 11 goals. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, given the fact Gal's had 15 saves, Watson's had 11. But Keesing with his 4th of the game in what is a relatively low-scoring game.
And he's sort of the one that turned the game around a bit in the third.
He was a catalyst in the third. He started to get his
mojo on.
Get his mojo. He got his Keesing on, and ball to be won here. Jesse just going about his work.
It's a hold on high.
We might have a. Okay, so just being called there, and if he kicks it here, we might have another opportunity. But I think she has sung now, and ball just being run down to the back corner. Oh, looks in again. There is just some awes here, because that ball's just gone through about 3 Seahawks, and every one of them had an opportunity to potentially pick it up. And if Brody Nickel turns around, he may get the ball here. So Luke Keesing with the ball, probably about under 2 minutes to go here. Double coming out, Dave Gow coming out. Luke Keesing might have a pop here if he gets past Dave Gow. He might shoot that. Oh, there's an... he might shoot...
The yard sale.
There's a yard sale. There's a stick for sale down in the back corner. And Luke Keesing's just going to pick it up. Big hit there from Nige Morton. And we are going to have a flag here. So, just getting a little... Let's have a look at that yard sale. That had the 17 twist with the one... here we go. Watch this.
Wow.
Hello. That was like that Olympian the other day that did that triple twisting, double jumping somersault. That had more air in it than Simone Bales. So, yeah. Anyway, 11-5, Woodville in a man-up situation. Less than 2 minutes. Looks inside. That one's just... and we've got another flag here. So, good shot there. From Henry Coiler. And that one went really low between the 5-hole. Saw plenty of dust come up there too.
Yeah. And Cody's pretty low to the ground himself, so that was an underground shot, that one.
Get down too far, does he? But we had another penalty thrown there. So we're going to have 2 in the box for Glenelg. And we're still under probably a minute to go.
Jared's going to all by his little lonesome with his centre draw.
Pity we didn't hear that. Marty just got his tunes out.
Bit of karaoke.
I nearly had the tune with you, but Jesse Winnan, another one here.
Down to the races.
Just another one here. Jesse Winnan just whooshka, and Cody's
no back
gone,
up.
I'm going to take that. Thanks, Jess. So as you hear the cheers around for Cody Watts, just everyone
His
getting
little
around
cheer
here.
squad.
He's got a bit of a cheer squad here, hasn't he? So Shane, Cody goes long, and Luke Keesing, they're up the top, behind you. As the whistle goes, and there we go. Glenelg have run out winners in the first semi-final here, the knockout final. And what a fantastic game of lacrosse that was. That was Woodville certainly came to play in the first half. Their defence was outstanding and got a 4-1 lead at half time. But then after that, it was all Glenelg with an 8-goal second half, and 8-2 second half. And Glenelg run out, and they booked themselves a spot in next week's prelim final at North Adelaide under lights. So Glenelg continuing to march on their way towards what could be a three-peat if they can get over whoever loses the next game and set up a grand final at the beautiful Cooper Stadium in a couple of weeks. So we'll go to the fourth quarter replays here, and you see here Luke Keesing, he'd just be about in everything at the moment. Down the side, this is Jack Price. That one top shelf. That's a top shelf, absolute top shelf shot there from Jack Price. He gets himself on the board. And this one's Jesse Winnan just down the back, pops it inside. Bang, big save there. Another two in a row, and that ball clears. And then this was Luke Keesing, who just managed to just part the seas a little bit, found an open net. And that one probably tied him up, and I don't know, Lip, about you, but Luke Keesing's got my vote.
Oh, yeah. 4 goals, 1 for the day. Turned the game around.
And you can see here, I think he's just been about in every replay that we've had in this fourth quarter. But that one's the one we're going to watch over and over. We can maybe try and get that from onto our Lacrosse SA TV page and just show how high a stick does fly. And at the end of the game here, we see Glenelg running out winners. There's one more replay. Here we go. This is for the viewers. Yes, that is a triple-double, quadruple.
I think that would be a good one for Luke's Facebook page, I reckon, for his resume.
I reckon what he's going to say, though, is that's the way I string sticks, because I don't necessarily saw the ball come out of there.
No, the ball did come out.
It did come out? Okay, well.
Yeah. So it wasn't
his stringing?
No. It's just that he wasn't holding the stick hard enough.
And have we got another cracking game for you after this at 6 p.m. here down at Glenelg, and the crowd has really built up down here. We have the Brighton Bombers, who are just out there having a bit of a look around, and Burnside just starting to mill over the backside there. As we see the Living Choice, I'm going to stand up for this because my legs are just starting to get frozen here. Lips just starting to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's still great. It's not raining.
As we just get the man himself here, who is a lacrosse icon, Mr. Luke Keesing. And Luke, congratulations, mate, the Living Choice Player of the game. Tough first half there, mate.
Yeah.
They came out to play their defence.
Oh, absolutely. They won ground balls. They were hotter at the contests, and we just struggled to get anything going, really. And, you get a couple shots go over the top. If we just kept going, and we just kept trying to find that extra 1%, through a ground ball or through a big check or a takeaway or something, we might get something go our way, and luckily we did. And I think second quarter we got a tiny bit of a run go. Our third quarter, a tiny bit of a run going. And
6 goals in the third quarter.
Yeah, so we just had to ride that momentum. Started to win a bit of ball out of the middle.
But there was also some change-ups. Dan Evans going into the centre, started to change, win you a few centre draws.
Yeah, I think it was just the idea just to try to keep it close. Jared was trying to flick it out a bit too far, and their wingers were doing a really good job of picking it up. So
and Jack Price finding himself coming off the bench there into those offensive sets where he was starting down, and all of a sudden there was a bit of a different feel there. But we thought from ourselves, that start in that third quarter, you were the catalyst to that, because you really started to just get on top of the ground, and everyone sort of followed you. So that was you must be pleased with your game. 4-1 today.
Yeah, not too bad. A bit disappointing to start so slowly, but I wouldn't say it was a catalyst. It was about 1% efforts, you know, and sometimes you just need to just move hard and create, and sometimes you say you got to stay within a structure, but sometimes you got to float into some offensive prowess and just see how you go. You know, you just got to dodge hard, you know, create a double and try and move it to an open guy, and we're lucky to do that a couple of times.
Yeah.
So.
And full credit to Woodville for putting that pressure on you in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of that whole not being able to do what you do normally.
I think they played, they had a pretty good game plan. The aim was to try and isolate Jesse up high, try and get him to draw some double teams, and that was the plan, to go to him. They played it really well. Eventually, we just tried to shut him out of the game a little bit more, not fully, but just a bit more, and make them work harder.
Yeah,
and
he certainly did work a little bit harder there. Dan Evans obviously looked after him in that first half. He looked like he might have jagged a hammy or something later in the game. They're a little bit sore, but you cannot give Jesse too much space, because he literally just drove in, took a step back, and he ripped a couple of ripper shots past Cody there.
Yeah, I think it was, it wasn't danger stations for us. It was just trying to channel him to a spot where we felt we could, keep him to, keep his offense to a minimum. And we started to do that after his first couple of goals that he took. We definitely just put him to a place where we wanted and made him make a decision. And lucky for us, he missed a couple in the second half.
Yeah, well, especially down the second half, Dan had him well over, and he one down this way especially, pushed him down, and he went to sort of feed the ball because he couldn't shoot it, and knocked it over, and from that he started to miss the cage a little bit. But
sure.
But look, on to the prelim final now, next Saturday night down at North Adelaide, and who do you reckon you tip for the next game, mate? It's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, honestly, having played them both recently, it could go either way. I think it's going to be a close game. Burnside had the two on them last time they played, and Brighton are a good side as well. Very good face-off, very good goalie. So, we'll see how much of a difference that makes.
Have you got a tip?
No, I don't want to give a tip.
Don't want to give a tip.
All right. Before we go,
before
we go, mate, we've just got a great highlight reel from you. Just again, another yard sale, like a couple of weeks, like the other week down at
So if we turn this around a little bit,
have a look at
have a look at this triple, double, quadruple.
I might need to actually check to see how to get out of these.
Look at this. Ready? Here we go.
So if I turn around and just hang
Watch
it out
this.
for a little bit.
Hang it out and bang.
Oh, wow.
That had some certain twists about it, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the better yard sales we've seen this year. And but you know what? You get to pick your stick up. You get to do it all again. And Dom Lyons doesn't get to do that to you next week. So
I'll give him that one.
So congratulations today. Go and find your teammates, mate. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you next Saturday night down at the down at Rooster Park.
Yeah, always good job.
So,
cheers,
all right. So we're so as I get Mr. Naskon up here, and so Lippy, some really good performances out there today on both sides. On the Woodville side, Dave Gow, absolutely outstanding in the cage.
You know, when you look at that first half, and we said this in the thing, if Woodville's defence could stand up for the whole 4 quarters, they're in this game.
Yep.
But as you can see, they played a great first half, and then all of a sudden, Glenelg got the momentum. They went back to structures. Like Luke said, a few of them took a few opportunities, took players on, and they got the ball moving, and they started hitting the back of the net.
Yeah, look, and in that first half, obviously, while Gal was doing a great job in the cage, it was the likes of Lovett and K-Man and Lions and Southwell. These guys were really standing up. Their second slides and getting back into positions once it actually slid certainly did rattle Glenelg a little bit. And I'm sure the two teams that are playing later in tonight would have had a good look at that and just seen the Glenelg structures and how they go about it. And obviously, look, Jesse had a couple of cracking shots. They were as good as you're going to get in this competition.
Oh yeah, Jesse Winnan can win a game if he wants to, and and it's like Luke said, they had to change up a little few things. So Jesse was on their minds, and Jesse's on every team's mind. When you play against Jesse Winnan, you got to be at your best. Yep. Because otherwise he can destroy you.
And before we go to the other side, the guys that were stuck in the middle today, the black and whites, the referees, they did a fantastic job today.
But
they let it go where it needed to be go, and when it started to get a little bit physical, a little bit going on, they shut it down, and it turned out that they did a fantastic job there. And obviously the other end, obviously Luke Keesing had an outstanding game.
But both goalies were tremendous.
Look,
Cody had 11 saves. And Dave Gow had 18.
Yeah, so kudos to them. And we're going to wrap it up here from the Glenelg Lacrosse Club in the first semi-final. We see Glenelg running out winners 11-6. Sorry, it's on the screen there, 11-6. And we look forward to seeing you back here a bit later when we see the mighty Brighton Bombers against the mighty Burnside
With
Bears
Bears.
in what will be an absolutely cracking game. So stay tuned here to Lacrosse SA TV. Thank you to Alan Marinkovic on the camera up there. He's done a fantastic job all day keeping the ball tracking, and Marty Baker who's producing here. So we'll see you back very, very shortly. Until then, and